Physician who's had my license for 40 years and had a very strong biochemistry background. I can say, and seeing what's happening with the X39, I can say without a doubt that this is the most significant medical breakthrough in my lifetime.
Aloha everybody, Maria Bernardis here. So I'm coming to you with a video that I've titled The Ascension Frequency, Are You There Yet? So for those that don't know, I'm Maria Bernardis and I'm a health and wellness coach, and I was voted #1 on the top 10 list of health and wellness coaches disrupting the medical industry in 2023. And this year I was honored, extremely honored, to have made the short list and the cut to be featured in the 2025 Marquee Directory of Who's Who. So essentially, my work has been recognized across the world in terms of me helping tens of thousands of people. Yes, you heard right, tens of thousands of people find their complete health and wellness, transform their lives, and really find their real healthy self. So very honored, to really be acknowledged for my work. And again, for those that don't know, I have not been doing this in the last 5-6 years. I have been doing what I'm doing for over 20 years. So for a long time. So it's nice to be, recognized for that work. So this is a very important topic that I'm covering today. And the reason why it's so important is I think it's important that we all do self checks as to where we're at in terms of our frequency. The reason being is that's the higher your frequency, the closer you are to Christ consciousness. And the lower that you are, the further away you are in terms of ascending on the first round. And really, the closer you are to the 3D fear based dimension. And unfortunately, that's where the majority, as God showed me many years ago, that's where the majority will go, unfortunately. And that, unfortunately, will include a lot of awakened people. And you'll see why today, because I outline quite a lot of points. And really, this is a good video for you to replay and do a little bit of a check. Doing great on this one, doing great on this one. And that way it can help you establish where you need to focus in terms of your ascension and reaching Christ consciousness. Because when we're talking about vibrating high, we're talking about 4D and 5D. So basically, 5D is the dimension of unconditional love. It's basically Christ consciousness. That's where Yeshua was. It's where your light body is activated, fully activated, or your Makaba body is fully activated. So this is where you just have love for all, no fear. None of this, I don't have money, and most importantly of all, no illness can exist on a highly vibrating body. So if you have got pain or you've got a health condition, that is clearly indicating that you are not vibrating high, and you need to consider some of the things that I'm talking about today, incorporating them to get your body up to a higher vibration. So, as people know, I practice the ancient Greek wisdom ways, which are also the Yeshua ways, or the correct name for Jesus Christ. So, for those that don't know, I was sent here by Yeshua and by God to actually teach Yeshua's ways, which are also the ancient Greek ways of how to vibrate high so that your body self heals and that you're ready for ascension. That's my purpose. Every video I've ever done has been on that. And unfortunately, YouTube did shut down my channel and I lost many, many videos. And recently I was censored to the point where I had to put a lot of my videos out of the public eye. However, if people join my Facebook group, or join me on Facebook, and then I can put you in that group. A lot of them I have made available privately. And all my clients and all my customers and business partners have full access to everything that was shut down. So let's begin. So let's go back thousands and thousands of years, and let's also go back to the days of Yeshua. The ancient Greeks said, know that we are energy. Energy is an ancient Greek word, energia. And so basically, vibration frequency is all about increasing our energy, increasing our vibration and frequency. How did Yeshua heal? His hands. What happened when his hands went up and touched someone, or he was near them and they touched his garment? He was so filled with light. Okay, he was filled with light. Another key word why Maria keeps going on about, ancient Greek light therapy. Very important that does come up. So he was consumed with so much light and very high frequency and vibration that he was able to use his hands to transfer that light vibration um, into people to help them to heal. But then he said, go away and do not sin. Now, what he meant by that is go away and do not do the acts that you did before to actually lead you to have this unhealthy body. Okay, so very important. We need to also modify the behaviors that are lowering our vibrational frequency. Now, one thing I also did want to say is please, this video needs to be watched in conjunction with my Q consciousness video, which deals with the emotions that are very low vibration. And I go through what are the high vibrating emotions. And then I also have another video which is called the Ascension Diet. Please watch that, both on my Rumble channel. And that goes through what should we be eating that increases the vibrational frequency of our body. And Yeshua, who was an Ascension, was very clear on what to eat. So he prescribed the same diet that I'm prescribing in those videos. He was a vegetarian by virtue of the fact that there was sheep's milk in the bread that was made of those days. And he was very much in line with what the ancient Greeks said. So I'm going to start with some ancient Greek quotes, which really tie in with what Yeshua said. Let medicine be thy food and food thy medicine. So we're seeing already to increase our vibrational frequency, we need to take care of what we're putting in our mouth. The natural healing forces within each one of us is the greatest force of getting well. So, in order to heal everything, we have the power within. We just need to use a few tools to help activate and lift our vibrational frequency to be able to do that. So, that was Hippocrates, both those quotes. Pythagoras, realize that your body is the garment of your soul, and then you will preserve it pure. As he who wishes the best fruit must pay attention to the land, so must the greatest attention be paid to the soul if it is to produce fruits worthy of its nature. So again, we're seeing that Pythagoras realized that the body really must be pure and filled with light. Again, light comes in order to be able to ascend and to be in perfect harmony. And Aristotle said one very important thing: agape, love, is the cause of unity of all things. So that was Aristotle. Again, telling us agape, unconditional love. So we've got to be putting things in our mind that are from love. We've got to be eating things that are of a loving frequency and putting things in our spirit of a loving frequency. And again, remember, our bodies and our mind is designed to heal, provided they are supported and given the right environment and right conditions. And again, as I've said this before, when your mind, body, and spirit are in complete harmony and vibrating high, nothing out of balance can thrive in your body. That is, no illness, whether mental, whether physical, can thrive or have a home in your body. Not even parasites. If you're vibrating high, guess what? Parasites don't like that. Bye bye. They go, they come out. So, again, if you've got anything like that, or people that have that residing in their body, it's because they're not vibrating high. So, this video is going to help you with that. And just remember, the quantum financial system, quantum, anything can only be activated and operate with a high vibrating body towards light. Okay, so very important. Quantum energy you cannot lie to, because it's not about your words, it's about your energy and frequency that you are emitting. So very important to remember that. Again, reminder, 4D, so 3D, sorry, let me go back, is all about fear, ego, worry. I can't afford this. Anybody that says I cannot afford this is stuck in 3D. I used to be that person until I moved to 4D, and that was having faith in God, faith in the unseen, having hope, practicing my affirmations, lifting my vibrational frequency to get to 4D. And guess what happens at 4D? Miracles unfold. Ask and you shall receive, as Yeshua said. So what happened? I asked for things, and guess what? They manifested. May not manifest straight away, but they manifested. That's when you know you're in 4D, when you're manifesting. And no longer in your vocabulary are the words I cannot afford, because you ask and you receive, and you make sure you're on the 4D vibration of love, and it happens. And you don't doubt, you don't have fear, you believe it's going to happen, and it happens. So if you're not manifesting, it's automatically telling Yeshua and me you're on 3D. You're flip-flopping between 3D and 4D. So this is going to be very important, what I'm saying today, for you to establish where are you at? Where are you at? And where do you need to focus a little bit of attention to really get up? And fifth dimension, as we know, is Christ consciousness. It's the crystal body. That's where we're going. The Mekaba body, the light body. That's why light's very important. It's where it's unconditional love, total compassion. Oh my goodness me. Think of Yeshua, and that is basically 5D. So have a look at his light. And that's what we're trying to get to. And again, if you're on 4D, and then especially if you're on 5D, no illness can reside in the body. And this is why it's very important for Ascension that we don't wait for someone else to do our healing and our work, that we start doing it, because that is telling me, if you're waiting for someone else to do it, I'm going to wait for this to come. You're in 3D, and that's where you're staying. You're not even going to have access to the quantum celestial chambers, because you know what? They need you to have a 5D mindset to activate them. So very important. I know some people are not going to like what I'm saying, because there's other people falsely saying things out there and making promises. But listen, I came here for Yeshua. And I go to Yeshua, and he tells me what I should say and what I shouldn't say. And I am not doing this to get people's donations, as many of them have made millions by making false, assertions and false hopes. That's not me. That's not me. And as I said, Yeshua tells me what to do. If people don't like it, I'm really sorry. Then you're not ready for ascension. You're happy in 3D, and please enjoy it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people love 3D. They love having a sick body. They love being in pain, and that's okay. They love being miserable. They love the gossip and all the fear and the worry, and the victimhood, and that's okay. We're not saying there's anything wrong with that. It just means you're just not ready to go higher, and that's okay. So how do we get to a higher vibration and a higher timeline? So most importantly of all, I've got 5 key points here. It's all about purifying ourselves. Okay, so that's mind, body, and spirit. It's all about humbling ourselves. So we've got to humble ourselves and not have ego and know that we're everything, and think we're just better than anybody else, and all of that. We've got to have compassion for everybody, even if we don't agree. I don't agree with everybody. And I see a lot of false prophets, but you know what? I have compassion for them. And I kind of say, well, we all know where you're going, and it ain't in 5D. Okay, so it's just their journey, and we have to respect that and their free will, of course. Exactly, you have to know thyself. So that's number 4. You have to know thyself. If you don't know thyself, as the ancient Greeks did, which is going within, and connecting with God and Yeshua, and finding all your healing solutions that way, guess what? You're not ready for 5D. You are not ready for 5D. If you're still seeking, watching the news, watching the intel, what's going to happen, I don't need to watch that anymore. I used to, because when I want an answer, I go straight to Yeshua, and Yeshua and God give me the answer. So that is the way of a 5D person. And really, 5th point, it's all about focusing on ourselves and lifting our vibration to have a high vibration mind, body, and spirit. And that includes detaching from things of this world. Very important. You got to detach from everything that's going on around you and the people, and not be distracted by the intel and the news and all of that. And I'd like to ask everybody a question. What are you eating? That is very much telling me what vibrational frequency you're on. And you'll know what the Ascension diet is because you're going to watch that video. So, what would Yeshua eat? What would God eat? He's a light being. What would he eat? And if we're not eating a diet aligned with that, it's pretty much telling me that you're either dabbling in 2 dimensions, or really you're just stuck in 1 dimension. And we all know very clearly that one of the spiritual commandments of Yeshua was to eat no flesh and do no harm and do no murder or partake in murder of animals, because they too have a soul. So very important. I know this might be very difficult for a lot of people. It was for me. Let me tell you, it was for me when I came across all these commandments, and I studied the Essenes and the ancient Greeks and Yeshua's diet. But it pretty much, gave me a little bit of kick on the backside and said, I need to do better. I need to do better, and I need to adjust my diet. So again, the quicker we all increase our vibrational frequency, the quicker the quantum uh, celestial chambers and all the quantum healing and everything else will come in, because our collective consciousness is being monitored. So we all need to do our part and need to do our work, and navigate the frequencies that are coming in that are not so favorable as best we can. And we need to focus on lifting our vibrational frequency, which diffuses those. And the more people that focus on lifting their vibrational frequency, the quicker we are going to get the new earth coming in and all the wonderful benefits. And unfortunately, not everybody will ascend. That's okay. We all knew this. We all chose where we're going to be. And again, we need to bless them and love them, because they're beautiful souls. It's just that just have not learned how to heal themselves. They haven't learned how to master their emotions and get out of fear. So very important. That's what lifting your vibrational frequency is all about. So let's launch into some things of how can we lift our vibrational frequency, which are also indicators of, are we vibrating high enough? So you can look at this two ways. So number one, again, please watch my video on the Ascension diet, which also deals with the emotions, and my Q consciousness video, which deals with the emotions. So if you're fear, if you're worried, you're right down the bottom in 3D. If you're at total peace, well, that's amazing. You're on 4D and love. And then you go up the spiritual evolvement ladder to get to spiritual enlightenment. So that will pretty much tell you where your emotions are at, where they are on that Q consciousness scale, and whether you're vibrating in 3D, 4D, or 5D. So the Ascension diet is pretty much going to tell you whether you are eating the diet of Christ consciousness or Yeshua and the ancient Greeks, which was predominantly fruit and vegetables and herbs, eggs, and milk. So there was no flesh eating, there was no alcohol. So there was none of that low vibrational frequency food. And as you ascend higher and higher, I'm telling you now, my body is rejecting. So even if someone said, try this and it's meat, it's like I can't even do it. I get really, really sick at the thought. Or if by any chance I do put a little bit on my mouth, I'm telling you, when I come home, my body will reject it in not a very kind way. And I'm finding the same thing with the occasional, I might have a little bit of wine to join in, do not handle it quite well. And my energy is so low the next day. And it's like, it's basically, yes, sure. And everything's saying it's low vibe, don't do it. So again, those videos will help you and go into great detail as to what we will find ourselves consuming when we're on a high vibration and when we're not. So again, you got to look at all of this in total. I'm not saying it's going to be easy getting off the meat and the chicken and the fish and all of that. But again, in 5D, there is no such, it doesn't even exist in the diet. It doesn't exist. You are a light body, you are a crystal body. So the diet's going to be just completely different. So the second thing I wanted to say that's very important to lift vibrational frequency, but also indicates where we're at in frequency, is what is the music that we're listening to. So if we're listening to that hard rock and roll that does your head in, that's got the 440 hertz frequencies, you're still on 3D there. So I'm talking about healing frequencies such as 432, 528. So anything that comes to a single digit of 369, you're listening to music that is really in harmony with the crystalline body and high vibration. So that's very important. Number three, surrounding ourselves with pets. So you'll know that you're vibrating high because little children and animals are going to love you and gravitate towards you. So again, a pet's coming to you. Lots of birds come to me all the time, and little children. So that's pretty much giving me an indicator there that I'm, vibrating high. So good, I'm on the right track. So pets are very good for helping you lift your vibrational frequency also. So what else is going to lift our vibrational frequency and also indicate that we're vibrating high? We want to be around nature. We want to be at the beach. We want to be around the trees, waterfalls. We want to take off our shoes and ground in the sand, in nature. All of that is going to increase our vibrational frequency, but it's also telling me that if you want to be around that, it's because you're vibrating high. So number 5, you're switching off all the news, all the Hollywood movies, and you're really turning to things that are a little bit more delicate, such as perhaps watching comedies to lift your vibrational frequency. You're not watching horror movies and all that stuff that's really 3D and low vibrational frequency. And most importantly of all, you're like, been there, done that with the Intel shows. I'm done. If I need to know something, I'm going to meditate and prayer and go to God. So that's number 5. Number 6, you're dabbling with essential oils, also crystal therapy, which is the two modalities that they did in ancient Greece. So therefore, you're drawn to things like that in terms of incorporating them to heal, and to lift the vibrational frequency of your space. So that's telling me you're vibrating high, or you're using this to increase your vibrational frequency. Number 7, movement, exercise is so important. Doesn't necessarily have to be a gym workout. It can be yoga, it could be dance, it could be exercise. All of that, again, is indicating that you are vibrating high. And movement helps you vibrate high, and, just really make you body nice, supple, move the energies, balance the chakras. Make sure you're getting enough sleep. That increases your vibrational frequency. And nap time, because what that does, it is helps the body to rebuild and helps the crystalline body to form. So very, very important that you take a nap time. And another thing I like to do is, go into the sea to get all the beautiful crystals and salts coming into my skin. So maybe soak yourself in an Epsom salt bath with a few drops of essential oil. So all of this lifts your vibrational frequency. Very important, in addition to the diet, and you'll see that in the video Ascension diet, is to be getting a lot of the minerals that our body needs, such as magnesium, potassium. It needs silver, it needs gold, it needs zinc, it needs copper. All those minerals we have in our body, and it needs more as we're vibrating high and getting that crystalline body and getting closer to Christ consciousness. Another important thing is an attitude of gratitude. Now, very important that you're not just verbalizing an attitude of gratitude, that you're actually showing people gratitude. You're doing something. That's 5D. Just expressing gratitude, that's 3D, and we're going on 4D. 5D is where you actually take action. So, you know what? That person made a difference. I'm going to buy a product that's going to help me and support them in a small way to show it. That is the action of a 5D. So gratitude in action is very important. Number 11, it's important to be present in the I am. So it's just sitting there, being present. You're not in the past, you're not in the future. Okay. Being in the past or the future and worrying about those is 3D. Being present and affirming I am. I'm just going to be I am, and include a few I am affirmations in there while you're at it, is basically going towards 5D and living in that space. Very important to meditate and pray every day. Okay. So you need to meditate in terms of, you can do it in nature, you can do it to some music at home. And, meditation is just, being in the I am and connecting with God and having a dialogue with God and then listening to God. Okay, so prayer is the asking, meditation is the receiving. So we need to do both, not just the talking. And the prayers start to change. They're not begging, I want this, I want that, please help me with this. No, 5D prayers, I am healthy. Thank you, God, that I'm healthy. Thank you. I am blessed to be healthy. That's a 5D prayer. Okay. The begging and please help me. And oh my God, I've got, that's the 3D way. And that's not going to manifest anything, unfortunately. 13, avoid toxic energy people and environments. Very important. Ascension and Christ consciousness is a single journey. And we cannot take anybody with us, unfortunately. Everybody's got to do the work for themselves. So very important, if someone's bringing you down, you really have to consider putting them aside and really putting yourself first. Even if that's family. I've had to tell family, listen, I can't do this anymore. I love you, but you're just going to have to you know, I'm going to have to park you to the side. So again, it's up to you. 14, and I have done videos on detoxing your body, detoxing your environment, detoxing your pantry. You are going to go crazy with detoxing your house. You're going to get rid of anything that's got toxins in it. You're not going to eat it. You're going to get rid of toxins, whether they're shampoos, moisturizers, or whatever. You're going to get rid of them, because all of that brings down your vibrational frequency and contributes to making you sick. So that's something else you're going to start doing to increase your vibrational frequency, and also to say, I am going to Christ consciousness, I'm going to 5D. 15, breathe. Very important to breathe, especially when you're stressed and anxious. Just pausing and breathing lifts the vibrational frequency and gets your mind off those low vibrational frequency emotions. 16, please sit in the sun, especially during sunrise and sunset. Um, Open your windows. The sun actually increases your vibrational frequency. And in addition, with the LifeWave patches, I've done a video on this that you'll find in my private Facebook group. I threw out 2 sets of glasses just by looking at the sun, doing an Ascension diet, and using LifeWave. And again, all this is in the description of the video of where you can get that amazing light frequency patches. So drink lots of water. Make sure it's not tap water, please. Make sure it's purified, and structure your water to bring back the frequencies that it should have, which have been taken out. And another nice thing that I like to do to increase the vibrational frequency of my environment is I have lots of pot plants, green and colors, and ones with flowers. So that lifts the vibrational frequency and also detoxes the environment and the air. And again, in my detox videos, you will find all that stuff in there. So the 19 I have is do something good for someone else. Just give something with no conditions attached. Do a random act. I've had people behind me, and I've bought myself a cup of tea or whatever else, and I've said, listen, leave my thing open, and whatever the person behind me gets, charge it on my car. I want to do a nice gratitude in action, just a nice good thing, a random act of kindness. So that's important. Do things like that. The next one is listen to uplifting content like this. This is all about increasing your vibrational frequency and getting you to ascension. So stop watching the intel. Oh my goodness me, if you're still on the intel and this is going to happen, when it's going to happen, I'm sorry to have to say this, but Yeshua made it very clear that is stuck in 3D. And this is why he stopped me doing all those shows and interviews about intel. He said, Maria, you are to stop. You are here to help people ascend and get people's bodies back ready, get their cells charged up, their pineal gland charged up, so that they're ready to ascend. That's your role. You've done that. That's low vibe. I didn't bring you here to do 3D stuff all your life. So the next thing is explore your creativity through art, writing, movement, music, whatever it is that makes you fun, whatever. If it's a hobby, whatever it is, travel, that actually increases your vibrational frequency. And if you're doing a lot more of that, and no intel or very low percentage of intel, that's great. You're on the right track. You're heading in the right direction. And the last one, which is probably the most important of all, because we are heading towards a light activation body. Our cells are our crystals. Our pineal gland is the biggest crystal. And what is the number one, in addition to sound frequencies, and I've already done that, what's the number one thing out there in the market that is red light therapy on steroids that will charge up those batteries in the cells, increase your vibrational frequency, and make those cells bright, ready for ascension, so that you are light, just like Yeshua and the ancient Greeks? Ancient Greek light therapy, and it's flashing on the screen, my friends. That's what X39 is. It helps self-heal everything in the body. And of course, anybody that purchases from me, we do a consultation so I can help you to get the quick results. Um, and then we have weekly meetings to touch base so you can see how you're going, and you have access to me. So you're not just buying a product, you're also buying me included when you use my link. A lot of other people are buying from other people's links and then they're coming to me for the support. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. It's not. You need to go back to those people. And if they're not supporting you and helping you on your journey, I'm really sorry. I feel for you, but I cannot possibly take on everybody else that's using this technology and happens to have purchased from the wrong people. So, light therapy, okay, light frequency. This is frequency, it increases your vibrational frequency. And again, link is in the description. And anybody that purchases, I welcome you and I contact you. Okay, so in conclusion, I'd like to say that Ascension requires work. There's no fast tracking, there's no room for laziness, but step by step, okay, step by step, you'll get there. And remember, you got to be forgiving of other people. You got to be compassionate towards other people, forgiving of yourself and compassionate with yourself. We're all going to fall, and then we just need to pick ourselves up again and continue. Um, and focus on doing what's your highest excitement. What gives you joy? Joy is a high frequency. So let's do our part by increasing our vibrational frequency, by doing things that we love, by taking some of these steps. There's a lot more. I've covered the majority of them. And really ask yourself, what are you doing to lift the vibrational frequency of yourself? And I wanted to just end with a prayer. So this is a prayer for healing and guidance. Um, and this goes out to everybody, including myself. We could all do with a prayer. So I'm just going to pray over everybody. So, dear God, Creator, Christ consciousness, thank you for the opportunity provided to me to share this health and wellness information. I invite the Holy Spirit into this prayer. Please guide everyone watching to be guided to the right mind, body, and spirit solutions to lift their vibrational frequency to join you. Please comfort and guide everyone with their ascension to agape, unconditional love, and the new truths as they are revealed. Help them to always be guided back to themselves within and to you for truth, guidance, and wisdom. I pray that you assist everyone watching to heal whatever emotional, physical, or spiritual imbalance they are experiencing. I declare healing, abundance, and restoration over everyone watching. I ask that you keep everyone watching healthy, happy, and at peace. God, Creator, Yeshua, Christ consciousness, we thank you that you are in control of everything. We thank you for the new earth and all the good things that are coming. Thank you, amen, and I declare it to be so. So that's all I wanted to cover. So please watch this again and go through and see, which ones you tick and which ones, you could do a little bit of work on. That includes me. I'm not perfect, let me tell you. And again, if you want to increase your light, there is a link in the description. If anybody needs guidance or support and would like some spiritual guidance, to book me, there are details in the description of this video. So thank you so much for watching. Aloha and mahalo to everybody. God bless you. And if you found this video helpful, please share so that we can help as many people ascend and spiritually evolve. God bless you. Bye-bye.
I was bit by a tick back in 2019. I got really, really sick. And he said, Tim, I think I found something that might help you out a little bit. And I'm like, Carl, I don't think you realize I've got Lyme disease. This is not something that just, it just goes away. And he says, well, I'm just telling you, Tim, you need to try these. And so long story short, I ended up trying the pen. After wearing them, it's amazing, but my body has fixed itself. No longer suffer with Lyme disease or Lyme disease symptoms. And found out the other day that a buddy that I signed up, Pete Ramsey, he signed up my doctor last week because my doctor can't believe that my Lyme disease is gone either. And so it's just unbelievable what's happening. It's weird, but things start repairing themselves in their body. Their knee pain goes away, or their back pain, or their elbow, and it's just really remarkable. I'm very excited about what's going on here, when you're sick with Lyme, it's a continual thing. You'll get well, and then 3 weeks later, you might be on the couch for a few days because you can't get up, you can't walk sometimes, and it's a terrible thing, and people just don't realize what a bad thing Lyme is. But yeah, it's been a year and 2 months, and I have not had any problems with my Lyme symptoms or Lyme disease. As a matter of fact, I think here, if I've got it still on my phone, I am down. To have Lyme disease, you have to have 4 or 5 or more bands of Lyme in your blood. And right here, I don't know if you can see this. I'll try to see if it'll show it. It might not. I am down to 2 bands, band 41 and band 23. I don't know if you can see it or not there, but they're so weak, they're not even affecting me anymore. And that's the thing my doctor was impressed with, the fact that that I'm not sick. I'm not sick at all. A year and 2 months and no sickness.
An empowered life has no expiration date. We're all created to do incredible things, like conquer summits, catch big waves, and live our passions. As time goes on, our bodies begin to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy levels decline, sleep patterns shift, and recovery slows. But our bodies are masterpieces of design, holding the potential to bounce back better than ever. With X39, we achieved something remarkable in the field of wellness and regenerative science that others could not. By utilizing LifeWave's unique patented technology, X39 uses light to elevate GHKCU, a copper peptide known to support overall health and wellness. Unlike traditional light therapy, which requires external light sources, X39 uses the body's own infrared light to naturally increase vitality, enhancing the body's flow of natural energy. For improvements in strength, stamina, performance, and overall health and well-being, with the simplicity of an affordable, non-invasive, non-transdermal patch. As we age, levels of these life-enhancing elements, which are associated with wellness and longevity, begin to decline. LifeWave invested 10 years into stem cell research, which resulted in over 70 patents. X39 was born to bring to the public a product that can support wellness in an entirely new way, supporting the production of younger, healthier cells with wearable light technology. Becoming a powerhouse is easier than you think. Harness your body's natural potential to maintain youthful energy and vitality, because life comes at you fast, but it doesn't have to pass you by. Live long, live well, live young. Be the light with LifeWave X39. LifeWave.